one and all. Today we are going to start the human reproduction and reproductive health bits in the crash course. Now, when you see the first question called as breastfeeding suspends pregnancy due to post-pregnancy lower levels of FSH and LH, post-pregnancy higher levels of FSH and LH, put negative check on the ovulation, inhibiting the release of LH by prolactin and thus countering the effects of LH and ovarian follicles. D. Increasing the levels of inhibin of prolactin and thus countering the effects of FSH and ovarian follicles. From the given question, so when you look onto the option A, B, C, D, which will be you thinking as the right option? Here you can see that the C option is the right option because during the breastfeeding, prolactin hormone present in the blood inhibiting LH, this will counter the effect of LH on the, and therefore no ovulation will occur, hence no pregnancy occurs during the lactation period. No pregnancy will occur in the lactation period. Now, going on to the second question. In human embryo with 8 to 16 blastomeres is called as morula, B. blastula, C. gastrula, D. fetus. When you look into this particular question, so already we have discussed that 8 to 16 cell stage is called as morula. So A option is the right option. And coming on to the third question, a person which shows the secondary sexual characters of both and male and female is called. So generally when you look onto this particular question, showing the male and female sexual characters is called as gynandromorph. Gynandromorph means showing the male characters and female characters is called gynandromorph. And coming on to the next question, which of the following is the correct matching of the events occurring during the menstrual cycle? So when you look onto the question, here we can see that proliferative phase, rapid regeneration of myometrium and maturation of the Grapharian follicle, development of the corpus luteum secretory phase and increased secretion of progesterone, menstruation, breakdown of myometrium and ovum not fertilized, ovulation, LH and FSH attain peak level, sharp fall in the secretion of progesterone. So from the given question, if you see, so which of the following is the right option? So coming to the question once again, which of the following is the correct matching of the events occurring during the menstrual cycle? So here proliferative phase or follicular phase, rapid regeneration of myometrium and maturation of Grapharian follicle takes place in this, but rapid regeneration of myometrium takes place in the secretory phase once the fertilization takes place or it leads. And menstruation, breakdown of myometrium and ovum not fertilized, breakdown of myometrium and ovum, and that takes place in the first phase, that is during the menstruation 1 to 3 days before the ovulation. So, and coming on to the D option, LH and FSH attain peak level and sharp fall in the secretion of progesterone. Progesterone increases of estrogen level, and progesterone level attains a peak level. So third option is the right option in the given options. Third option is the right option. And coming on to the fifth question, the second maturation division of the mammalian ovum occurs in A. In the Grapharian follicle following the first maturation division, shortly after ovulation, before the ovum makes entry into the fallopian tube, until and after the ovum has been penetrated by the sperm, until the nucleus of the sperm has fused with that of the ovum. So from the given options you can see that the second maturation division of the mammalian ovum occurs shortly after ovulation, before the ovum makes entry into the fallopian tube. That is, after the secondary oocyte formation to the ovum release, and once it is going to come into the fallopian tube only, this particular will take place. And now coming on to the sixth question. Sixth question. Fetal ejection reflex in human female is induced by release of oxytocin from pituitary, fully developed fetus and placenta, differentiation of mammary glands, pressure exerted by amniotic fluid. So generally, fetal ejection reflex, the name itself indicates fetus is going to first initiate the fetal ejection reflex. This is the most repeated question in the CET examinations. So we can see that fully developed fetus will give the signals to the placenta. Placenta will initiate the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus will initiate the pituitary gland of the mother. Pituitary gland of the mother will release oxytocin. Oxytocin acts on the myometrium. So we can go for the option. We can go for the option A, that is release of oxytocin. Oxytocin in the question. And now coming on to the next question. Which of the following statements about human sperm is correct? Acrosome has a conical pointed structure used for piercing and penetrating the egg, resulting in fertilization. The sperm lies in the acrosome, dissolve the egg envelope, facilitating fertilization. Acrosome serves as a sensory structure leading the sperm towards the ovum. And acrosome serves no particular function. From this you see that when you see the question, so what is the following statements about the human sperm is correct? Acrosome has a conical pointed structure used for piercing and penetrating, resulting in penetration. The sperm lies in the acrosome, dissolve the egg envelope. So A option is the wrong option, C option is the wrong option, and D option also is wrong option, because following. So the main function of the acrosome is to lysis the sperm and dissolve the egg and facilitate in the fertilization process. So here from the given options, B option is the right option. Now coming on to the eighth one, Sertoli cells are found in. Already we know that Sertoli cells are found in the seminiferous tubules and provide the nutrition to the germ cells. From the given three options, we can go for the option C is the right answer. C is the right answer. The phase of menstrual cycle in humans that lasts for 7 to 8 days is. So generally from the given options you know that follicular phase, ovulatory phase and luteal phase and menstruation phase. Ovulatory phase also called as ovum development, the phase of menstrual cycle in humans that is from 5 days to 13 days is called as follicular development phase or before ovulation phase, that is also called as ovulatory phase. So here we can go for the ovulatory phase, which is also called as follicular phase, follicular development phase. So B answer and A answer is the right answer. Now coming on to the next question, cessation of menstrual cycle in women is called, or stoppage of menstruation cycle in women is called as menopause. So we can go for the option A. And now coming on to the 11th question, in human female, the blastocyst is forms placenta even before implantation, gets implanted into the uterus 3 days after ovulation, get nutrition from uterine endometrial secretions only after implantation, get implanted in endometrium by the trophoblast. When you see the question here, in human female, the blastocyst gets implanted into the embryo by the trophoblast cells. So from the given options, D option is the right option. Bulbourethral gland is present in males, is the another name of uterus masculina, females, and is the other name of Bartholin gland, males, and is the other name of Cowper glands, and none of these. So bulbourethral glands, already you know that is the other name of Cowper gland. So C option is right, and Bartholin gland's other name is greater vestibular gland. So here fourth option. Coming on to the next question, 13th question. Which of the following are rich in fructose, calcium and some enzymes? Already you know that semen, male accessory glands, here the option given are male accessory glands, liver, pancreas and salivary glands. So here rich in fructose is the male accessory glands. Male accessory glands is the right answer. And coming on to the next question, umbilical cord as two arteries carrying blood vessels to placenta and one vein returning to the fetus, one artery carrying the blood to the placenta and two veins returning blood to the fetus, two arteries bringing blood to the fetus and one vein carrying blood to the placenta, one artery bringing the blood to the fetus and two veins carrying the blood to the placenta. From the given option you can see that 14th question. So here umbilical consists of three vessels. So from the given options, it consists of two arteries carrying the blood to the placenta and one vein returning. So from the given options, the first option will be the most appropriate option, that is it consists of two blood vessels and two arteries and one vein. Coming on to the 15th question, which of the following induces paturation? Which of the following induces paturation? Paturation means, already you know that the expelling up of baby. So this paturation is done by the hormone called as oxytocin. Oxytocin is considered to be the hormone responsible for the paturation. Vasopressin is concerned to the anti-diuretic hormone helps in the excretion process. Growth hormone, also called as somatostatin. Thyroid stimulating hormone affects the thyroid gland to produce the thyroid stimulating hormone. So here the birth hormone, also called as oxytocin, is the right answer. Now coming on to the 16th question. What happens during the fertilization? What happens during the fertilization in humans after many sperms reach close to the ovum? Cells of corona radiatum traps the sperms except one. Only two sperms nearest to the ovum penetrate zona pellucida. Secretions of the acrosomes helps one sperm enter cytoplasm of the ovum through zona pellucida. All sperms except the one nearest to the ovum lose their tails. So coming on to the question, in this particular question you can see that what happens. So whichever is nearest, already we have discussed in the previous classes that which sperm is the sperms nearest to the ovum will start penetrating, and which one is near to the zona pellucida fertilizes. So from the given options, the B option is the right option. Coming on to the 17th question, the part of the fallopian tube closest to the ovary is. When you look onto the fallopian tube structure, like this is the fallopian tube, and this part is called as isthmus, this part called as ampulla, and this part is called as infundibulum, and these are called as fimbriae. So the part near to the infundibulum, the part near to the closest to the ovary is infundibulum. The chemical substance found in the surface layer of cytoplasm of spermatozoa is. The chemical substance found in the surface layer of cytoplasm of spermatozoa is fertilizing, agglutinin, anti-fertilizing, hyaluronidase. Hyaluronidase is produced during the process of sperm entry in the pre-vitelline cavity, and it also consists of, in order to prevent the next sperm entry into the ovum, that is prevention of polyspermy and assurance of monospermy is done by the chemical substance present on the surface layer of cytoplasm is anti-fertilizing. So anti-fertilizing is responsible for that. So anti-fertilizing is a hormone present in the surface of spermatozoa which is responsible for the fertilization process to continue. Now coming on to the 19th question, which of the following diseases is caused by the under secretion of cortisol? Cortisol, already you know that cortisol is produced by the adrenal gland, and it is responsible for the formation of Addison's disease, or also called as this is hyposecretions. So we can go for the option from this. Anemia means blood related problems, hyperglycemia means concern to the eye, mental illness and retardation, it is concerned to the hormonal defects as well as the genetical defects. But cortisol, it is Addison's disease. Now coming on to the next question, reabsorption of calcium chloride ions from the glomerular filtrate in the kidney tubules occurs by. So reabsorption of calcium takes place by the diffusion process. So active transport, it does not take place. Osmosis, the movement of molecules from the either side, and diffusion is the process. Diffusion is the process responsible for that. Coming on to the next chapter, reproductive health. When you see on to the question, first one, consider the statements given below regarding the contraception and answer as directed thereafter. First one, medical termination of pregnancy during first trimester is generally safe. General chances of conception are nil until mother breastfeeds the infants up to 2 years. Intrauterine devices like copper T are effective contraceptives. Contraception pills may be taken up to 1 week after coitus to prevent conception. Which of the following statements is right? From the given statements, so you can see that second and third, B option third and fourth, C option 1 and 3, D option 1 and 2. So first one, you can see that you can see that the first one from the given options, first option is right, second option is wrong, third option is right, fourth option you can see that it is also wrong. So from the given options, third option is the right answer. Now coming on to the next question, amniocentesis is a technique by which the essential amino acids in the body can be estimated, by which any chromosomal anomalies in the fetus can be detected, in which the sex of the fetus can be reversed, and D, that can be used for correcting genetic disorders of the fetus. So from the given options, if you see, amniocentesis is a fetal sex determination test to find out the abnormalities in the fetus. So we can go for the option B, because B is the right answer. B is the right answer. Coming on to the third question, you can see that tying up of or removing a small part of a fallopian duct is called fallopian tube. So already we know that the fallopian tube cutting or sterilization method is also called as tubectomy. So from the given options, D option is the right option. Coming on to the fourth one, copper T is a device that prevents. Copper T, already we have discussed that it either stops implantation, it first stops ovulation or fertilization process. From the given options, if we see, generally copper T is an intrauterine device which prevents the fertilized egg becoming implanted into the, so generally it suppresses the sperm motility or it prevents first fertilization if all is done. So by releasing the more amount of copper ions, it will prevent the implantation and blastocyst. So A option is the right option. Coming on to the fifth one, the diaphragm, cervical caps and walls are disposable contraceptive devices, reusable contraceptive devices, IUDs and implants. From the given option, if you see that all these, the diaphragm, cervical caps and walls are the methods which are different types of IUDs, intrauterine devices, and these are the IUDs, but these are the most characteristic feature of them is reusable contraceptives. So B is the right answer. Now coming on to the sixth one, the transfer of zygote or early embryo in the fallopian tube is called. So already we have discussed from the ART techniques that transfer of zygote or embryo, early embryo less than or greater than 8 is called as zygote intrafallopian transfer. IVF and ET you can call, but here as we are transferring the embryo, so we can go for the option first one, that is intravitreal vitro fertilization and embryo transfer technique. So A option is the right option. Now coming on to the seventh question, the technique called gamete intrafallopian transfer is recommended for those females who cannot produce an ovum, who cannot retain the fetus inside the uterus, whose cervical canal is too narrow to allow passage for the sperms, who cannot provide the suitable environment for the fertilization. So already we know that gift is a who cannot produce the ovum, and you can take that from the donors. So here A option is the right option. Now coming on to the eighth question, the copper ions of IUDs suppress the motility and fertilization capacity of these sperms, make uterus unsuitable for implantation, increase phagocytosis of sperms, make cervix hostile to sperms. So generally the function of copper IUDs is they either suppress the motility or they prevent the fertilization and also make the uterus unsuitable for implantation and increase the phagocytosis of sperms and sometimes make the cervix hostile to certain sperms. So here all the given options are right, but the major function of them is suppress the motility and fertilization capacity of these sperms. So we can go for the A option. Next one, ninth one, Condoms are the barriers that cover. Condoms are also called as the latex made substances, which are the barriers which prevent many things, including which prevents penis in the male and ovary in the female, penis in male and cervix and vagina in female, scrotum in male and, and vagina in female, cervix in male and vagina in female. But the major function of these are condoms are the barriers that covers the penis in male and cervix and vagina in the female. So the major function of the condoms which are is B option. Now coming on to the birth control pills check ovulation in female by inhibiting the secretions of birth control pills, follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, none of the above options, both A and B options. So it will, birth control pills will check the ovulation female by inhibiting, because these two hormones are responsible for that. So follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, and the option right is the C option, because both options are present in the 10th. So C option is the right option. C option is the right option. Now coming on to the identical twins are produced when. So here one fertilized egg divides and two blastomeres separate. One sperm fertilizes two eggs. One egg is fertilized with two sperms. Two eggs are fertilized. So generally identical means single ovum. One fertilized. In order to get that, one sperm, one ovum, and during the cleavage it should happen. So from the given options we can go for the A option. And now coming on to the 12th question, progesterone and LNG are, already we have discussed that progesterone and LNG are hormone releasing IUDs. So from the given options, if we check, we can go for the D option directly. And coming on to the 13th question, read the following four statements and mark the option that has the both correct statements. MTP was legalized in 1971. Inability to conceive or produce children even after 2 years of unprotected sexual cohabitation is called infertility. Surgical method of contraception prevents gamete formation. MTP are relatively safe up to 12 weeks of pregnancy. From the given question, so what are the following options right? So here from the given options 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 1 and 3. So first MTP was legalized in 1971. According to the WHO, inability to conceive or produce children even after 2 years of unprotected sexual cohabitation is called infertility. That is also right. And surgical method of contraception prevents gamete formation. It does not stop that. MTP are relatively safe up to 23 months, 3 into 4, 12 months. And it can be also performed up to 24 months. So here third option is also right, but from the given options you can see that you can see 1, 2 and 3 option which is containing is right. Here according to the option, here when you look onto this, so whichever consisting of 1, 2 and 3. So from the given options, you need to add 3 also to this, then A option is right. A option is also right. Medical termination of pregnancy is considered safe to how many weeks of pregnancy? Already we have discussed that 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 18 weeks, 6 weeks. So from the given question, you can see that 12 weeks. 12 weeks. And ultrasound of how much frequency is beamed into the human body for sonography. So generally this is a physical related term, and my idea is that it is up to the 1 to 15 megahertz will be used for prayer in the sonography. And now coming on to the 16th question, what is the figure given below showing in particular? So that figure shows that it is a operation related to the tubectomy. So C option is right. And coming on to the 17th question, in vitro fertilization technique that involves transfer of which one of the following into the fallopian tube? So in vitro fertilization, embryo, zygote, either zygote or embryo up to the, already we have discussed. So here the third 17th option, third option is the right option. C option is the right option. And coming on to the 18th question, MTP is practiced mainly to what are the main why the MTP can be performed? Get rid of unwanted female child legally. This is wrong. Get rid of unwanted pregnancy due to failure of conception, both A and B, and decrease the population. Generally, as we have discussed that the MTPs are decreasing the population, but it is not meant for it, and it is also because of get ridding unwanted female child legally is a punishable offense. So first option, third option, D option is wrong. Only the second option, that is get rid of unwanted pregnancies because of conception and anomalies in the fetus can be also. And next one, in amniocentesis, the fluid is taken from fetal blood, mother blood, fluid, body fluid of mother, fluid surrounding the fetus. So amniocentesis is a fetal chromosomal anomaly test meant for finding out the chromosomal patterns in the amniotic layer which is surrounding the fetus. So we can go for the option D, that is fetus. And which of the following is not true about the birth control pill? So birth control pill, the pill works by preventing ovulation. The pill works by preventing implantation. The ovarian cycle is suspended by the birth control pill. The birth control pill contains low doses of estrogen and progesterone. So it contains high doses of estrogen and progesterone as required, and the ovarian cycle is not suspended. The pill works by preventing ovulation. So generally the main function of that is it does not prevent the ovulation, but it prevents the implantation. So the major function is B. So the remaining question and answers you try to do. We will share the things